all right.
We moved. We found you were too far away on that.
I didn't like you too
table.
far away at the table, yeah.
So now we're on the couch, my old couch from home that I still love and came out here. Now it looks all fancy. We're going to talk about Game of Thrones.
Winter is here. Yeah.
There's only 2 more episodes while we're filming this.
Yeah, but by the time we show this, it'll probably be over.
So,
although, who knows? Maybe we'll...
Here's my little spoil, my big Game of Thrones glee this season. It's a spoiler, so if you haven't caught up, go away.
Don't listen. Turn us off.
So when they had the big fight scene, and they sent all the women and children to the crypt.
Yeah.
I, well before that, made...
Where all the dead people were?
Yes, that come to life. And I said, well, maybe the Starks didn't burn their dead because they know that there's some magical, because magic's real, that they will always fight for the Starks. They will always fight for Winterfell. And then it would make sense to me not to have burned your dead. And I said before the show started, they're coming alive. And I was only hoping that they came alive good, not bad. But I knew bad was an option. They were bad. Yeah. Here's my problem with it. And then I'll let you say something about Game of Thrones. Just because when they brought the one zombie guy to show to Cersei to convince her to send her armies, he was in a wooden box. And they brought him all the way from the north, and he made it, and they showed her, okay, how did they, if that was enough to contain him, how did the dead ones in the crypt punch their way up? Yep, there it is.
Plot hole.
Things I think about while I'm watching.
Plot hole.
I think I made him self-pause it just so I could vent about how unrealistic that was. Plus, they cut out some of that scene because Tyrion and
Sansa
were about to make their big stand, and then it's over, and they're just standing there. I'm like, oh, that was a bad cut. So, all right, your turn.
Well, I came to Game of Thrones late. I where I work has a DVD library, and they had all the previous seasons. So I spent a summer about I don't know if it was last summer. I think it was the summer before that, and I binged. And oh my gosh, if ever there was a binge-worthy show, it's that. And it was so great. And again, what I love about binging is to get that whole story arc in a condensed, it's much easier to see the full picture, the big picture as you go through like that. I caved in for this last season and added HBO to my Hulu account because I was like, I was really afraid that it would be spoiled because there's just too much of it out there.
Which is why I made the disclaimer, because I would never want to ruin the effect. And some of the things this season, I'm like, all right, I can see it. And some of the things I'm like,
I think they shortchanged us. I think they probably needed at least 8 episodes instead of 6.
And even with the last ones being long ones,
I'm sorry. Right, exactly. I think we needed more time, and so we still have two episodes to go.
Yeah.
So we don't know who's gonna win the Game of Thrones. Who will be sitting on the throne.
I have a couple theories on that
at the end.
So I'm not going to share them. I'll share them with you off camera. By now that's probably done though, right?
By the time we show this, probably.
Yeah. So
let's see if Holly's right.
Well, I don't think it can be Dany, and they've changed her character.
I don't think it's going to be.
And it's a shame because Dany was a good character, but they did stay true that she's always had these wild inclinations and has had people to keep her better angels showing through. Mm-hmm. And she's lost those support things. I don't think it'll be Dany. And plus, the Dany Jon Snow incest thing is ew.
Well, hello, Jamie.
Now
and Cersei.
Well, yeah, that's been ew.
That's been ew since episode 1.
I didn't particularly like them. So yeah, now I like him a little more. Jamie, I like more.
Well, he's traveled a road to semi-redemption. We'll see where he ends up.
And you would think my next inclination would be Jon Snow, but Jon doesn't want it. And while he is a good leader, and it may very well be him, I'm leaning towards Tyrion. They've dropped little hints that his mom had an affair with one of the Targaryens, and I can't think of the name. Okay. So he could be, and the dragons did really well with him.
Yeah, the dragons liked him.
So I'm thinking and that would make him the oldest of the heirs.
Okay, which would make him the legit.
And I think of all the people, not that Tyrion doesn't make mistakes, He has.
He is my favorite character.
He is my. He has his. I would like my ideal ending would be Tyrion sitting on the throne, and I want Jon still there. He can go back and be king of the North, and that's all good, fine. So we'll see what happens with that. How about you? Anything else you want to add?
There was something I had, and I'm like,
and then you lost it.
I lost
I
it.
lose entire words. I couldn't think of the word risotto the other night. I'm thinking rice dish, and I know that's not quite right.
Thing.
Yeah, that thing I like.
That
was risotto.
Yeah, I don't know. I really do enjoy the show. It is a little violent.
I do watch a lot of it like this.
Yeah, the red wedding thing, like
that was awful.
I
do like that Arya killed the.
I like her a lot too. I think she's been a fascinating character. Yeah, then I don't know about who knows where she's gonna end up. Yeah. And I am kind of hoping. I like.
Do you want my theory on how Cersei dies?
I hope she dies.
Well, according
if she doesn't die, I'm gonna be upset. I want.
Well, according to the legends, she dies at the hand of her younger sibling, and she's thought forever that it was Tyrion who was going to do her in. Tyrion, I don't think would ever do it. I think Jaime would be hard pressed, but who can put different faces on? Mm-hmm. If Jaime should die before he gets there, and Arya has her on her list, that's my prediction. It's going to be Arya wearing Jaime's face. What? Okay. So and I might be wrong, but wouldn't that be great if I was right?
Here's the thing: that one last episode, right, where Tyrion just walked right up to the wall, where Cersei was up
right. Yes.
Why didn't they shoot him?
Well, she wants to. She's someone who enjoys a good draw out your agony.
I would have. I mean, the smart
evil
would have been to just shoot him as he approached.
Shoot Dany in the background.
The other thing was that somebody else said was the Dany's lady friend, the
Melisandre.
Okay, Melisandre.
Melisandre. Bad with names.
Why did she? She's like a fighter and a planner and like really smart. And she just stood there and waited for them to lop her head off when she could have charged Cersei and just like, woo, off we go over the edge.
No, I like that. You know? I did read somebody talking about the fact that there could be more dragons. Dragons can switch their gender. And one of the dragons went off for a while and disappeared and then came back. So I was talking to another Game of Thrones geek who thinks that it went to lay a clutch of eggs. So there could be more dragons.
I like dragons.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Except they eat people.
Well, that part's not so pretty. But other than that, except for that one little thing. I mean,
as long as you're not the one being eaten.
Everybody has flaws. Yeah.
Oh, that would be a great T-shirt. A picture of a dragon that says "Everybody has flaws," as there's a foot dangling out its mouth. I'd buy that T-shirt.
I'll make you one.
Okay.
There you go. Anyway, if you're watching Game of Thrones or you watched it, because by now it's probably over, tell us what you thought of it in the
and let's see if I was right.
Was Holly right?
Maybe.
We'll find out.
See you next time.